Um, as far as money, money's a big thing. It is for me. I always want money. My dad, he says I like to spend money. I like to buy expensive things. Maybe you are like me. So this is where it is, where it's important that you bring as much money as you can get. So if someone, if mom and dad are like, oh, here's some money, take that. Unless you have lots of money. Because this is how that plays out. Now, usually, well, the Japan way of paying is by month, and they pay after the first month, and they only pay what you work on the first month. So basically, school starts in April, school season starts in April. You don't start going to school until the 16th. So they're only going to pay you for 5 days or 4 days or 6 days. And they won't pay you that 6 days until, so April, May, June. So the beginning of June or the end of May, which would only be 6 days. Then you have to wait another month to get your full salary. Now, your company got you a house, right? They got you an apartment, and they took it out of your paycheck because you thought that would be very convenient. So now when you get that paycheck in April, May, June, it's already cut in half because they took your living cost out of that. And then the next month, they took another half. So it's possible that you will not be up to date getting a full paycheck until like June, July, August. But, check the contract, some companies do not pay anything during the summer vacation. So you don't work, you don't get paid. Some companies will pay you half, or they'll pay you like $500. So now, September comes and you gotta pay rent, and you see how this works. So it's possible you can be here for 6 months with no money, even though you're working. So to save yourself all that trouble, if you have the means or the time or the funds, just come with a lot of money, then you'll be free to do what you want, to go where you need to, buy what you want. Right? I will talk about this more in depth later, but cell phones. SoftBank, they require that you pay everything up once. So, for example, the iPhone, that's $800. They pay $800 up front, they give you the contract. You don't pay it, no contract. But I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about all the cell phone companies. All right, so also in your contract, it talks about quitting. All right, it says in the event that you quit, you have to give us a month and a half notice. That way the school, your company can find your school a new teacher, and everybody can have an easy transitional period. Good for them, bad for you. Because, the minute you tell them you want to quit, you might start catching some bad feelings and bad vibes. And especially if the only reason you want to quit is because your company is just bothering you and you just want to leave. So now what they do is, or some companies, in the contract it says, if you don't tell us how much, or if you don't give us 2 months notice, 6 weeks notice, we will take half of your paycheck, your last paycheck. Or we'll take all of your paycheck. And it's in the contract. You signed that when you're so happy to come to Japan. And that's how it plays out. So then your last paycheck is split in half again. And now you're like not working for a little bit of time, and you start your new company, and it's like the domino effect. It's not cool. All right, let's see, contract. All right, so your job is to go to school on time. It is to assist the teachers. Okay, that makes sense. Also, if the school has events on the weekends, like a Saturday, like a sports day or something, you should go. And if the teachers invite you to go out drinking, you should go. It's not written explicitly in the contract, but basically they want you to be a teacher, and that's what you should do. Now, if you don't do those things, then you're breaching the contract. Okay? Um, as far as as I was talking about, money's a big thing. You know, it's possible that you don't have any money. Can you have another job? Yes. Do they want you to have another job? Not really. Do you have to tell them that you have another job? You don't have to. But basically, you can't not go to work because job B. So it's like, oh, I'm not coming on Monday because I got to go to work on here. Like after school, have a little part-time job, or you can do private lessons. Like that's an industry. I know people who do it. They teach, their private lessons make more money than what I get teaching at my company. You can charge 25, 50, charge whatever you want. But that's work in itself. You got to figure out. I'll talk about that later too. All right, so you got your money, you got your days, you got your contract. Usually, I say usually, I only can speak for myself and from what I heard from other teachers. Every year, you can expect to have a new school. Every year, you can expect to have a new company. It's rare to be at the same school more than once. Although I heard of people who have been at the same school for 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, or been with the same company for like 5 years. I have never been at any company more than once. And the good points about this is it's fresh. So if we were having troubles, I go to the new company, I know that most likely company A is like company B, so let me just use what I have learned and I won't have to be like everybody else before me. But now I see and I disagree. My life has endless possibilities.
We love you, Tokyo, Japan. Toki doki.